Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This time, it's a matchup. Those that have 2 victories and 1 loss. Which means 1 more victory sends you straight into the playoffs. And Godlike is 1 series away from the playoffs. Can you guys believe that, man? Trunks. A little bit of unfortunateness there with the slide in. Could barely do anything. But, of course, it is good to note that TLE Esports is no small squad. They are the team that has beaten Tribe 2-0. That happened earlier today. Just before that, they shut down Vitality 2-0 as well. The only team thus far to beat them has been SPG. But SPG is no small fry. Let us not forget, they also took down the mighty powerhouse from Garena in the exact same fashion in a 2-0 scoreline. And it looks like all of those gunfights that has been torturing the other teams and players seems to be doing the exact same thing to Godlike here as well. Serving up only 2 points for the Indian squad to pick up as TLE soaks up all the remainder from P1. And the early setup onto P2 as well on the side of TLE. Surprisingly, the players on the side of Godlike are still stacking the power position that is meant to give them the advantage for P1 earlier on. The rotation a tad bit slow for my liking here at takeoff. You always need to be a couple of steps in front of your opponent. Unfortunately for Godlike, they're a couple of steps behind. The slow and steady does sometimes win the race, and Godlike is trying to approach this matchup with that exact statement in mind. Let's see if or not they can get this done. Chishui, Pabzera, back to back, and Trunks actually gets a trophy kill. 53-16, and Godlike now with a push from the right hand side stairs as well as the scaffolding. Abyss with a double on the switchblade, goes for the triple, but Learn is there to back him up as well. So not all is lost for Godlike. They can keep up with the gunfights of TLE. It looks like we are about to have a fantastic fight on our hands. The first 2 hills have given us a rough idea as to what we can expect. Perhaps it is going to go down to map awareness and advantage. And it seems like TLE Esports a little bit better on the speed 3 early on the rotation. Generator spawns! Abyss! Big double elimination to win that spawn for the side of Godlike. And now the advantage to the Indians, courtesy of Abyss, but he himself gets taken out of the equation, but the spawn is still held. What use is the spawn if you can't win your gunfights to get onto the hill? Saucy with the War Machine gameplay as well. Shushi with the claw. And Shisui doesn't really need to do much because Godlike doesn't seem like they want to approach the hill just yet. They wait for the rest of their players. Neutrino with the War Machine finds a way in for the access. Wallbangs do not hit the mark. And final 15 seconds. Here's the attempt from Godlike to sneak away the remainder points, but TLE says, hell no. We still want to take a claim on this. Prevail is that to continue to scrim them for those final few points. Godlike, we know for a fact they can do with each and every single bit. They can sneak away from this matchup. TLE Esports surprisingly on the back foot here for the P4. First one, tap up Zera. Beautiful plays. And it will be just 1 more player to take out of the equation here at the control room. But it seems like all of a sudden Godlike has woken up. They do have the operator on the side of Prevail. Abyss with the Pretty as well. The number's not on their side. Tetilo walks in with the Sparrow and absolutely outshines the rest of them. The green arrow of TLE Esports. Godlike needs to find their way back in here, and it seems like it's a split spawn that's gifted to them. If they play their timing right, this could just be the case, but 14 more seconds to go. Running out of time. If there's a better time to do it, can't be better than now. Shishui sprays and still survives that encounter, all thanks to Saucy. And TLE continues to absorb these points. Godlike. Looks like the spot for the playoffs isn't going to be that easy to sneak away, especially from TLE, your #1 LATAM squad. But Godlike needs to be proud of themselves. They're fighting for the playoffs against the #1 seed of LATAM. They're not being crushed just yet. There's still some fight in them. P1 on the setup this time. Neutrino holding on to that power position. But the backstab is going to be perfect for TLE to take him out of the equation. Overextension. Player number 4 in blue. Shisui. Big plays, but Learn takes him out. And Godlike holds on to the hill. But Pubzera, fantastic play with the ground. Manages to sneak his way in. Slaying players on the way. Neutrino slides on in. Doesn't get the elimination. And Trunks finally does. Pubzera out. 143 to 80. Godlike. Once again, an early rotation onto the P2. We saw them lose it to TLE pretty prematurely earlier on. And the scaffolding stack alongside the right-hand stairs gave Godlike the leeway back into the matchup earlier. But this time it's an early hole, and it's a clutch hole for Godlike. Angles all closed off to TLE Esports. Prevail. Beautiful spot to hold with the equalizer. Sprays the players down, but Zyrex gets the slide shell. And that's a tad bit too perfect. Trunks, on the other hand, wastes a pretty. But the spray and pray is on his side. Shisui steps on in with a claw. And continues to wreak havoc up on top. 153 to 106. This match is not out of the clutches of Godlike just yet. But Shisui will continue to punish them either way. 158 to 108. 50 points between them. And TLE looking for the extension. They're going to find it, but look at what Godlike found at the same time. The control onto generators. This is going to lead them into this next hill. P3 with the numbers. Can they hold on to it though? Godlike. They lose that one final battle. And the generator spawn to the side of TLE. But no player spawning out of there just yet. That one player perhaps is going to be the lifeline. But Abyss brings out the Sparrow. Could have gone for a triple, but all he does is just tag them up. And he gets taken out by a god named Godlike though. Still on the hill. Pubzera with the equalizer. Sorry, the Annihilator. Can't find anyone to annihilate just yet. And a super 4-man stack on the hill. P3 looks like it's in the safe hands of Godlike. And Trunks disables Pubzera. Shuts him down. Takes the Annihilator out of the equation. 166 to 140. Godlike is holding the #1 seed of LATAM. Not allowing them to run away with this match just yet. Can you believe it? Squeezing their way back in here. 19 points between them before P4 opens up the second round of rotations. Neutrino can barely stand a chance there. And it's just blazing. Numbers advantage here for TLE. Godlike turning it around. 2 players inside. Neutrino. War Machine. Game changer. And it looks like the operator will help them. The operators will help them hold this for a tad bit longer. Perhaps find the equalizer. Trunks. Claw no longer in his hands. Pubzera burns him down. 176. A 6-point lead for TLE. And they desperately try to extend it. Once again, Prevail can bring out the equalizer. Now's going to be the best time. They still have the hill though. And lost back and forth. I'm on the edge of my seat. Neutrino. Ground can't find the cut. 171. Godlike is leaving it for the open hill on P1 for the 3rd set of rotations. 176. Holy Lord. Again. India's keeping me at the very edge of my gaming chair. Thank goodness it's a solid one, or I would have toppled over by now. 187. 10 points between them. Godlike can't deal with the smokes down mid. Trunks with the tag. Pubzera can't get away, and neither does Saucy. Trunks on fire. Tags up 2. Eliminates 2. The rest of his team members getting the job done as well as Godlike. Make their way right back in. Your Saucy brings the sauce and the spice. Prevail is still there with the equalizer. can make those game-changing plays anytime now. 4 more points. Make that one. They hit their equal and they pull ahead. Godlike. Come on. And P1 with 6 more seconds to go, absorbed by the Indians. And TLE scrambling to find the spawn for P2. Trunks with the claw. Oh my God, everything going their way. Pubzera with the equal annihilator. If I mix that up one more time, I'm gonna slap myself in the face. I'm sorry. 8 hours of casting does that to you. Hunter killer drone, courtesy of Trunks, finds Shisui. Saucy with the sauce, ain't the spice. He takes himself out of the equation, Godlike. Still not removed from the hill neutrino this time. War Machine. Can he get the clutch? Yes, he does. Continues to push. The backstab from the rest of Godlike players as well. 30 more seconds to go. And finally, here comes the equalizer, but nothing to show for it. 222 points for Godlike to sneak away hard point from TLE. Most said India's not gonna make it to day 2. India are on the verge of making it to day 2. If they can walk away with this series against TLE, Godlike 229. A 27-point lead. Pubzera, you can't miss shots like that. As Godlike opens up P4. They've got the generator spawns as well. Godlike. Insane plays. Neutrino. Hunter killer drone. Cheeky. Finds absolutely no one. Unfortunately, silly. It was a waste. But if he had gotten that, would have been a crazy play. And Godlike ends game 1. What a comeback. They made their way back through. Godlike on takeoff could just walk away the victors. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, could you imagine a situation where Godlike beats your 2-time world champs in a series? Can you imagine? Hell, I can't. But let's see if or not that happens, baby. Now we set this sniper's map up. As Pubzera hops on in the long scopes. A double snipe on the setup from Godlike. Abyss as well as Neutrino. Saucy with a saucy approach, and Trunks punishes him. Shisui can't seem to find the cut, and a very early opener from both sides. A 4v4. The bomb slowly getting rerouted towards B, and the B bomb site's wide open for the taking. TLE with the advantage if they can get this done, but Neutrino not waiting on ceremony. Quickly pulls the rotate alongside Learn. The Growl and the Locust holding down B. Mid's gonna be wide open and exploited by TLE. Bomb routed. Mid to A. This might just catch Godlike with their pants down, and Pubzera does exactly that. Trunks hasn't been spotted. Cheeky and the slide chow by Tatilo checks out. And Shisui finds the clutch from a deadly corner. 1-0. TLE Esports turns the table so early. Mamma mia. Let's see if or not Latam survives this one. And let's see if or not Godlike can find the finisher. Tatilo. You can't get that. Prevail. Turns the tables. Tatilo's going to be absolutely annoyed that he couldn't walk away with an elimination. Moments like that break your focus. Moments like that get under your skin. It may just force a couple of mistakes later. We'll just have to see if or not that moment has repercussions in the later parts of this S&D matchup. Zyrex. Cheeky angle if Trunks overextends. Shisui might just be the trade out if he holds that position, but thankfully he does not. And the bomb once again finds its way down Main Street But to be paused by Learn, pushes the bomb back. And not a moment of rest TLE gives Godlike. Instantly routes the bomb over towards B instead. Pubzera spotted out. No trigger discipline by Prevail, and he gets punished for that. But in the meantime, Neutrino and Trunks living it up for the side of Godlike. Pubzera out of the equation equals a 1v4 for TLE. I guess Godlike pulls the 1 round back. A 1-for-1 thus far. If Godlike wins the series, they qualify for the playoffs. This is history made right here. This is India stepping it up, baby, after being underestimated for the past 1 year, ridiculed. Not anymore. Saucy looking for the spice. But Trunks gonna find perhaps Zyrex with his pants down. Double child Tetilo makes the mistake and Zyrex finds the trade. Trunks barely functioning in there. Thank goodness Abyss was there for the shot. Saucy spotted out and goes back for a reach out. Pubzera's just camping and praying. Please cross my path. But it gets denied. Sometimes prayers go unanswered. A slow pace and an A stack. They've got mid cover as well. With Pubzera and his camping capabilities. You all make fun of the camper until he gets the clutch. And you hate it when it happens to you, but you love it when you get it pulled off. Abyss misses an opportunity, but timing not on his side. Zyrex able to find a little bit of an access as Godlike finds Spicy. Pubzera traded out. Zyrex found by Prevail as well as he hits a double Shisui all alone. And Prevail says, hello, my friend. Good to meet you again. 3 in a row for the guy, and he pulls Godlike 2 and up. If you're wondering why I'm going a little bit slower on the S&Ds, I'm actually priming myself up for control. But I will lose my mind if Godlike doesn't allow us to get to control. Can you imagine? And Prevail says, yes, Mustachio, I can imagine. Godnade with a sticky. Shisui. Final survivor. First to depart in this round. Abyss misses an opportunity. Tetilo misses his as well. Neutrino and Trunks don't, though. One more, sir. Zyrex. Very cheeky. Goes for the slide. Can catch 3 players with their pants down! And he does exactly that. What a play by Zyrex. Don't panic, bro. Hold it. Bomb in hand. Zyrex shaken. But Ace wide open for the taking. Prevail and Learn choosing to play a 2-man stack. Zyrex with a coin toss decision. 47 seconds. And the man's running out of time because here comes the cavalry. Double stack Zyrex worming his way towards A. And they are right behind him. Does he get the clutch though? He's right there. Smart play. For sure. Here's Zyrex. Just needs to wait for the... No? He didn't hear him? Prevail? Okay, now they hear him. They're like, ah, no. Sorry, bro. Wrong call. Wrong call. Wrong. Maaf kar do, bhai. Wrong call. Still a 1v2 for Zyrex to deal with. Prevail, Godlike. Both of them at the side. Zyrex waiting for the opportune moment. Learn in position. Zyrax! Tagged up! Slow down! Prevail! Learn! Gets the shot! And Godlike goes up 3-1! Maaf kar do bhai, we are just too good, says Godlike. Holy mama, what are we watching? This time a 5-man stack. TLE says, we're gonna stick together, guys. And they find A. Full on the access. Trunks waiting for a cheeky play. Nobody to punish, though. And Godlike has to wrap the long way round. Shisui wasting no time to find the plant. Learn. Also good corner, Tetilo, though. With a better gun, Tetilo spots him out. Learn. Repositions very smartly. He's got a gun which will have the advantage with a little bit of space. And Tetilo finds one. Prevail is there for the trade. Shisui finds Trunks. And a 3v3 now, and Zyrax punished by Neutrino after he shuts down Abyss. Prevail finds Shisui. Puts him down saucy with the spice. In a 1v1 Neutrino. Can you get it? Yes, he can! 5 seconds! And the diffusal gets stuck to it! Godlike up 4-1! என்னடா நடக்குதுங்க? 4-1! TLE! Well, it's not the end of the journey just yet for TLE. Latam still alive and kicking. You lose this one, you still have one more chance. But you win this one, you make it to the playoffs, bro. And that's exactly what India wants. And what a well-deserving result for a region that has been taunted and underestimated for so damn long in the world of Call of Duty Mobile. I'm Malaysian, by the way. I'm not Indian. If you're wondering. Real beautiful Zyrax punishes. Neutrino is there for the 1-for-1 trade, but the numbers still on the side of TLE and Shisui. Makes good sure of that. Trunks with the reposition is backing away too far from the bomb. Neutrino on the flank. Do they want to play a double stack? Seems they, oh my. The intuition is off for Godlike. It's the second time. The gameplay is great. Can you imagine the day wait, Trunks, don't do it, Trunks. Trunks! What? Tetilo should have got that, bro. Pubzera misses that. You cannot do that, Pubzera. TLE, Latam, what's happening? Shisui gets the double, saves the day for TLE Esports. Oh my goodness. I am gonna lose my mind if TLE loses this series. But Godlike is 3 rounds away from getting exactly that done. Bomb in their hands. They route it over to B. But they will see 3 players there on the way. Shisui knocks one out of the equation. Low on that HP. Saucy can't get the tag and learn down. Saucy with yet another. Delivers 2 for TLE. In this round, 2v4 now. Neutrino still with the bomb. They can just say goodbye to TLE at this point. Rotate long way around. Down mid. Nobody's there. But smart play by TLE to send 2 defenders back. With an A bomb site. Pubzera still undecided. Chooses to back the rest of the team members up. At B. And they're going to be able to catch TLE with their pants down. If this is the case, and Neutrino does exactly that. Here comes the rotation. Bomb not planted just yet. What's your call, Godlike? Do you hold the angles? Do you get aggressive? Or do you just stick the plant? Pubzera! Cannot miss, but he does it yet again. As Abyss punish. Good pixel peaks. Finds nothing just yet. 26 seconds to play. Neutrino still with the bomb. And the bomb side wide open. Popzera, stop missing the shots, Popzera. Tetilo, Abyss. It's not going to pull that one away just yet. Misses that twice in a row. Popzera shuts down Neutrino. Abyss gets the quick scope, but Popzera finally. Man's chosen today of all days to give the Mustachio a heart attack. And TLE Esports, they need to figure out what is wrong. I had Latam going all the way. But if this is gonna be the case, one's gonna have questions, Trunks. Takes Popzera out of the equation pretty early so that I don't have to complain about missed shots anymore, but Zyrex steps it up. And then I don't have to complain about TLE losing this one anymore, I guess. Neutrino tries to equalize the battlefield. That's exactly that, 2v2. Man's been pretty heavy for Godlike in this game. 8 eliminations. And Abyss has one right below him. Neutrino spots it out. Zyrex out in the open. Abyss spots him as well. Tagged up, and Abyss finds the finish up. And now, Godlike. Question is, do they pick up the bomb or stack themselves up? They stack it. R9-0. Easy finisher. Great slide, but Tetilo says thank you for showing up. 4-4, and the equalizer's there. Looks like the Indians are not the only ones with a little bit of fight in them. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you are tuning in right now, please do me a favor by hitting that like. Share the stream as well if you're enjoying the broadcast. Popzera opening things up. With a fantastic jump, snipe. But Zyrex, on the other hand, just wild sprays all around. Literally goes out to meet the players of Godlike. And finds out why you shouldn't be doing that. Neutrino takes Popzera out. And what started off as a fantastic round for TLE got turned on its head. Now the numbers advantage to the attackers. Bomb in hand. This time learn. Can choose to route it over towards B, but very cheekily steps up towards A. Okay, crawls up towards A. And TLE says, sure bro, you want this bomb site? No problem. What else do you want? My bank account number? My password? No problem. I'll give it all to you, bro. Godlike says thanks. I'll cash it in right now. Did Learn just change his boxing gloves? I think he did. You know, you gotta have a little bit of fun. 45 seconds now. 2v3. Saucy and Shisui. Misses the snipe. You can't do that. Saucy! Learn the hard way, but Prevail was there to shut him down. Takes his head right off. And it's all up to Shisui. 20 seconds to go. 15 seconds to shut down 2 players. 5 seconds for the defusal. Left with 10 for 2 eliminations. All they need to do is play for time, Godlike. And they do it truly Godlike. Whew. What a game, guys. One more for match point for the Indian. And I never thought I would say this. One more for the match point for the Indians. Make it the series point for the Indians against the #1 seed from LATAM. For the qualifier to the playoffs. Abyss. Spotted the player twice already. Popzera. Very cheeky. Going for the Guinness World of Records for the most number of slides in front of a sniper without being spotted. I think he's a few slides away from getting the award. So we'll catch back up with him a little bit later on. 1v3 backstab though. Ay, ay, ay! Saucy got the sauce, but Learn taught him a lesson. Sisui, Trunks put on his dancing shoes. And God, he had his pants on too. But Tetilo, R90, never misses. Okay, missed a couple of times. But never misses to get the elimination. And Godlin with the plant. 3v4. Disadvantage for the numbers. Godlike. And they just drag the defenders towards them. Shisui gets one out. Pabzera. 50 G's doing the work. And the equalize of TLE. They make it look pretty easy. Let's see, baby. Who makes it to the playoffs? If TLE gets the victory at SND, they don't make it to the playoffs just yet. They drag it into control. And they make me scream a little bit more. Godlike and Neutrino both on 10 eliminations. On the flip side of things, TLE, Shisui, Zyrex, both with the 10 eliminations. We got a mirror matchup on both sides. 5-5. Equal. Round wins on both sides. Etilo. Big shot onto Learn. Prevail tagged up as well. Saucy doesn't get punished. But Trunks has that information to work with. And the attackers can go in for the plant, and they do exactly that. And they're going to bait in the numbers to themselves again. So if it's a mad rush from TLE, perhaps just the numbers difference could be that advantage they need. Prevail. Catch a sight of Saucy again. Just a slight tag. Trunks on the crossfire setup. One mistake by Saucy. It's game over, but Zyrex is there to shut down Trunks! Pabzera! Out of nowhere, and what a stealthy move! They get the access, but Up is still alive! 1v4! Can't get the job done, and TLE pulls ahead! They want to squeeze out as much of this as possible. I understand. TLE doesn't want to lose it. But Godlike, at this point of time, I'm going to a favor to end the series so that I can save my voice for the final one that I need to cast later. You know, I can't slow it down, guys, when the action is this hot. Sisui! Doesn't spot the player. It's Saucy, though, does. Spots another one. Learn. He learned well. Brings out the R90, but Trunks spots him with the Fennec and the mad rush in. Neutrino turns things around with a double, and Saucy can't do much but run. Neutrino still with the bomb in hand. Tetilo takes it into a 2v2 and says, hasta la vista, bro. And he gets instantly out of there. Wants to stick the plan. Neutrino goes for it. Tetilo up on top. The defensive setup now for Godlike to pull the equalizer and pushes into overtime. Tetilo finds the first. Saucy! No overtime for you, sir. Let's get into control, says TLE. As Tetilo gets the well-deserved defusal and the finisher for game number 2. The deciding game between TLE and Godlike. Control at rate. No better place to call a decider. Zyrex managing to dodge all the shots off of Len, initially at least. Finally, Len gets the connection. And it seems like it's a pretty quick rush towards this A control site. Godlike, of course, on the attack. And a 4-man stack onto A. TLE making the wrong call. Rotating for B instead. Smart play from the Indian squad. Knowing that they do have a little bit of an advantage later on at B. They overextend to finish the the more difficult capture, the one that's closer to the home of TLE Esports. You can leave it to the Indians to do their homework. Prevail! Can't do much. It's a beautiful double shell slide in, stops the cap on the third segment. But two segments have been sneaked away by Godlike already. Now, this is a great time to change that focus, pivot towards B, and they do exactly that. Three players, they continue their slays, they get to the spot, but only one life between Godlike as well as TLE. Now, Trunks looking for the opener, but Pubzera was there. Smart spot by TLE. An absolutely brilliant play, anticipating the players of Godlike to go for A the moment the attack onto B has started. Saucy, crazy slays, 4 eliminations back to back. Guys on a mad streak. Zyrax finds one as well. Tetilo, it's taken out of the equation. Tetilo, I tell you, brilliant playmaker for the squad. That SND just wouldn't be winnable without him. TLE Esports, Trunks though, spotted out by Saucy. Fantastic sprays. Gets him out of the equation. Godlike now trying to hold on with just 7 more lives. And they're going to get the job done by taking B away. But this is the problem. How do they get to the opposite side, capture the final segment here with less than half the lives of TLE? The answer is they just need to play that distance. They need to play that range. And they need to absolutely kill it with all of their gunfights. They cannot play for trades. They can only shut down and get away. Quick hit and runs is what they need. Learn and Trunks doing exactly that. Trunks, premature access. He's going to get it, and he is going to get punished for that play as well. Learn, though, manages to go in for the push. 4v10. A little too aggressive for my liking. And Godlike will get punished for that. In a situation where you're down in lives, you cannot play the aggression. You have to play the tactical approach. There's still one more respawn here for the side of TLE. And now no more extra lives. 2v5. Clutch time, Trunks! Hits it and hits it hard. 2v3, Neutrino gets it as well. War Machine on the investment. But Pubzera burns him down. Neutrino holding on. But it will be Saucy that pulls out his own operator to find the equalizer to take round 1. But my question is, was that necessary? Although the price to pay may not be too much, looking at the fact that Zyrax and Pubzera have their operators. Zyrax, though, loses his, pulls it out, instantly taken out of the equation, and it's wasted. Sorry, it could have been Sishu there, but it doesn't matter. Either way, operator wasted. Trunks doesn't waste it for the squad. Goes for... I thought he was actually going in for the melee, but Prevail will be there for that backup as Sishu sucks him down. Neutrino flashed halfway through. Saucy up top. Can take his head off. And he does exactly that. Prevail with the equalizer. Godlike with a 5 live advantage. Playing a super decent defense, if you ask me. And TLE, everybody making a beeline for A. Finally, they reach that in the nick of time. Prevail, though. Equalizer. Pubzera! Just to distract him for long enough for Tetilo to appear and back him up. Sacrifices his own life, but Tetilo was there for the trade to take the operator out of the equation. Now 5 lives between them. Godlike not liking this at all. 2 segments lost to TLE. And Godlike loses all that life that they had between them and TLE. Trying to play the defense. But they'll go ahead to lose A. A 2 life deficit for TLE to make this play for B. Learn makes that 3. Pubzera, Annihilator, finds the first one. Prevail, punishes. And that's a big play from Godlike. The Annihilator perhaps pulled out a tad bit too premature. And Godlike now has got The speed control point on lockdown. Attilo doesn't spot Abyss outside the window. If Attilo gets to the window and starts firing, Abyss has the advantage. But didn't even need to wait for that. Pulls out the LKR9 and gets the Punisher either way. Zyrex. Can he get the Purifier on the place? Gets the double. Abyss out of the equation as well. And now, a one life deficit made into two as prevails. Trunk on the backup as Prevail goes down. And the capture finally starts off. Lives all equal. Trunks for the backup and a one-sided push now on defense. Saucy with the waste on the operator. Prevail and Learn jumps right back in. 5 more lives, no more. 0 respawns left here for Godlike. And they're not doing themselves any favors, but dropping lives like flies. Tishoy can whip out the claw, but not needed as Saucy drops a God Nade and the Growl onto the heads of Godlike. And now, one more round for Latam to make it into the playoffs. What a phenomenal start for the Indian region. And now it's crunch time. How do they pull this back? It is with a instant rush towards B. A 3-man stack gets the first segment. And it looks like the second segment is on the way, as well as no defensive maneuvers executed by TLE. It looks like they are actually going to leave this one for dead. They're giving a free one for Godlike. They're letting them rip this one away. Will they pay? One player in the mix. Abyss shows up as well. Gets the fine connection with the flash. The prevention is there, but can't find the shutdown. Oh, quick scope misses that, as well as Saucy finds the shutdown. Neutrino there for the trades. And the clearance onto that final marker at B. Godlike just needed one more elimination. Drop the ball, unfortunately. Spawn trap will not go the way of TLE's. And Trunks now trying to set up his own spawn trap. Gets flashed halfway round. Spots out another player, almost takes him out. And gets the follow-up as well. A total of 6 lives between Godlike and TLE. It's not great if you're on the defense. And Saucy, Particular drone finds no one. Learn, all he needed to do was just step back, and Neutrino backs him up. Beautiful crossfire set up by Godlike on the attack towards A. And this is a brilliant play from the Indians. Instead of continuously focusing their efforts onto B, they move in for the trap to be sprung on A. And with a 11 life deficit TLE, all they can do is just camp in the corners and hope and pray Godlike passes by right in front of them. Trunks doesn't wait on ceremony, just goes out to meet the TLE players. 5 more lives, make that 4. With 2 operators left here on the side of Godlike. This has to be a round victory for them. Even if TLE finds like some sort of clutch play out of the 2 players right now, it's gonna take more than a miracle to not allow Godlike to pull this wrap up here. One final annoying player to deal with, and he is named Tetilo. The one without whom the previous S&D matchup wouldn't have gone as smoothly for TLE Esports. Look at the numbers here on Control, bro. Everybody's throwing in their fair share of effort. But TLE just a little bit more precise. And come on, Trunks. You have to hit with the pretty in situations like that. Great plays by Neutrino. Finds the one tag. Gets the elimination. Prevail. Overextension goes for the spawn trap. Tetilo sprays. My God. That's how you do not use the equalizer. Let's see if or not we can See Godlike pulling one right back. Trunks finds one easy. And continues to run straight at the players of TLE. 5 life, make that 6 on the deficit. Godlike, if they maintain this, they can make their way back in here. But the advantage to TLE Esports as they start the next round on defense, even if they do lose this, the advantage is still on their side. Godlike just needs to hang on. 24 more seconds. But the clock will be paused on that B control point as the players hop on to get the cap. Rotation from Garden. 2 players, 4 and 5, Abyss and Neutrino. Both on the stack, but TLE, the players slowly making their way around. Abyss finds the first. Doesn't manage to hit the second just yet. And Sisui, God nade out of nowhere. And extra time, please, sir, says TLE Esports. 9 more lives. This is a little bit difficult, of course. Especially when Godlike has got Trunks whipping out the claw. Absolutely ravaging the players of TLE Esports. 1 more player gets taken out, and there's... Tatillo! What a way to turn it around onto Trunks. The movement god, Tatillo. But Abyss was there with the yellow car 9 to play the prevention, and now no more respawns. Zyrex and Saucy out of the equation. Pop Zera follows suit. All up to Tatillo and Sisui. If anyone can clutch it out, it's them. But a 2v13 maybe is a lot to ask for. No better way to call the decider between TLE and Godlike. Loser does not get eliminated just yet, so do not worry. But the winner has got a lot to be proud of. They make it into the playoffs, baby. Pabzera, Saucy, War Machine, and the Annihilator. It's going to be the backup. Neutrino and Trunks putting it out as well. Saucy gets tagged up. Good rotation round. Still surviving. Saucy with the moves. And the final spray gets it. Trunks on fire, but he will get traded out. The numbers on the side of Godlike. Double pretty. And Neutrino finds Pabzera. Unfortunately, the other guy found absolutely no one. Maybe a trophy system. Sparrow's going to be whipped out by Tatillo as well, as Tatillo circles around, looking for the attack on A. Prevail is there. And it seems like he's not going to go for the Supreme Defense on A just yet. Looking to try and clear out that kitchen side first. And that play will make sense, as that does take away all of the capability of TLE Esports. Pulling a fantastic backstab, but what it will not do is prevent the capture on A. Extra time for TLE. Godlike now. On the defense. Shisui. What can they pull away from this, Zyrex? What a backstab. Every single life matters. Every single one counts. Tatillo, beautiful shot. Guy stepping up once again. Lives all equal. Prevail has got the operator. And Trunks whips out the claw as well. Trunks finds the first. And the players on the side of TLE not aggressing on fourth. Tatillo is going to get caught out. The claw catches him. Backstab. Trunks survives that onslaught. And 3 lives between them. Prevail. Equalizer. Pulling off the worm as well. Prevail finds one. Circles around. Pabzera spotted out as well. Prevail continues to slay. And Sisui with the prone will be punished. Taught a lesson. And Godlike making history. Godlike, the Indian team. Your #1 seed from India. Your 2-time Indian regional champions. 13th to 16th was the best that they got at the Call of Duty Mobile World Champs 2022. But this time, it's gotta be a little bit different, baby. Unless, of course, that claw makes the world of difference, so he's still alive and kicking. Difference maker taken out of the equation. 11 to 3. Abyss from up top. Saucy still with the spice. Neutrino. Just another elimination for the War Machine to be activated. Ha! Doesn't get it. But Godlike makes it to the playoffs with a fantastic victory, 2-1 on TLE. But not all hope is gone for LATAM just yet. Your number 1 seed still is alive. A short break, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'll catch you guys for the next stream. Sorry, for the next series.